Welcome YouTube, this is the Velvet Locks with another video. In this video today we are going to be making some natural fruit flavored popsicles, okay? So stay tuned for the video. What we're going to need first, some watermelon, a cup of strawberries, and about 4 kiwis. Now this all depends on the amount that we're going to be making. So I'm not exactly sure how much to make, so I'm just going to wing it. And we're also going to throw our strawberries in the mix as well. Okay, now I'm going to put the top to my NutriBullet on it, and we're going to puree this. One thing I love about the NutriBullet is that it really smooths everything out. Okay, so this is now liquidy form. And next I'm going to do the same with my kiwi. And we're just going to puree this as well. Now we're just going to put these to the side, because now we're going to get our mold, and here they are. These are the popsicle molds. We're going to fill this in pretty much almost 3/4 of watermelon. Okay, now for the first layer we're going to stick this in the freezer and let it freeze, and being that this is just a small portion, it shouldn't take more than a few hours just to freeze. So that's what we're going to do now. Stick this in the freezer and get it to freeze. Now another thing you can do with this is, when it's like this, you can throw a couple of chocolate chips in there, and it will also give it a really nice effect as though there's seeds in here. I'm going to throw this in the freezer and freeze it. Okay, so in doing so, we're going to place our tops on them and put our sticks in there, just so that we can set the sticks inside the popsicle so that it can actually freeze when it's molded and firm. Okay, so that one is ready. And I'm going to show you in a DIY how to create your own, and not really your own, but to make it disposable popsicle stick mold. So this way you're not using those little attached sticks that's on the top part on the cover. So I'm going to do a DIY just to show you how to create your own disposable, reusable popsicle sticks. Okay, alright, so there we go. We have it now setting to go in the freezer so that we can freeze our first level. So we're going to freeze it in layers, because in this one we're going to create a watermelon popsicle, and we're going to have the watermelon effect. Okay, so we're going to sit this mold in the freezer, and when it's hardened then we'll come and take it back out and finish up. So while our mold is in the freezer setting, I'm going to take on now about a cup of my coconut beverage in vanilla. And this is for the next level that we're getting ready to set. So I'm going to do just a cup, a little bowl, and then I'm going to use a little agave, organic agave with fiber, just to sweeten it a little, to sweeten it to taste. Okay, and then we're going to whisk this together. After that, I'm going to pour it right back inside my measuring cup, and I'm going to set it aside for the next level. Okay YouTube, so we're back, and now we're going to take our watermelon popsicles out the freezer, and our next step is going to be our little whisk, our coconut milk solution that we made, and we're just going to pour this on top. Okay, and then what we're going to do is pop this right back inside the freezer to freeze the coconut milk, and then we'll be ready for our final step. Stay tuned. Hey YouTube, so we're back. Now the layer of coconut milk that I poured inside is now frozen. So we're going to top it off with our last layer, and that is of the kiwi. Alright, that we pureed earlier. Well, that is the last layer that we're going to put into our popsicles. And like I mentioned, optional, you can add in a few pieces of dark chocolate to your watermelon mixture down below at the time when you were pouring it in there. You could have added a couple of pieces of dark chocolate chips, and that would have given the effect of the seeds in a watermelon. So we got our last layer doing what it's doing. And then after I finish, I'm going to pop this right back in the freezer so that the top can also freeze as well, creating a wonderful effect. Okay, so I'm just going to finish this up, and then I'm going to show you the results of all of our creation. Stay tuned for that. Okay, YouTube, so now we're going to make some yogurt popsicle sticks. And it's going to be creamy and fruity at the same time. Now we're going to be making some mango, a combination of mango and some strawberry ones. So we're going to start off with our first, which is the mango, and I have about a cup of mangoes. And what we're going to do is puree that. So I'm just going to stick it inside my NutriBullet and let that puree. Okay, so I'm just going to put some of this in our mold. Now in the meantime, what we're going to do is make our creamy part. Now we're going to take 4 heaping tablespoons of plain yogurt, and that's what this is from Organics. Now this is optional if you choose to sweeten your yogurt. Being that this is plain yogurt, there's no sweeteners in it, nothing. So instead, what you can do, if you don't want to put any sweeteners in it, you can get the plain yogurt, or you can get the yogurt that's already sweetened. And I'm going to sweeten mine a little bit with some agave. Okay, and this is the Organics with fiber, and it's from the Better Body Foods. I did a video on their products. This is one of the products that they sent me. So I'm going to put about a tablespoon of the agave syrup inside of my yogurt, and basically you sweeten to taste, and this just helps it really give you that really nice sweet creamy taste. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, so we got our sticks in there, and that is our little mango yogurt pops. And we're going to put this in the freezer for it to freeze. It should hopefully be ready in 30 minutes, but we're going to leave this in for maybe about an hour. It should be just right. Okay, next I'm going to use my pitted dark sweet cherries, and I'm going to use a cup of that as well. I'm going to put it into my NutriBullet and puree this as well. All right. Perfect. Okay. So now we're going to start pouring our puree into our mold. Okay, so we're going to start layering. First layer is going to be with the mangoes. Okay, then we're going to put our next layer of our strawberries. Then we're going to layer it again with whatever we have left over as far as our mango. Okay, so I ran out of mangoes, alright, but I do have some more yogurt. So I'm going to put some yogurt on some of them. And we're just going to put our tops on top of it. Put our sticks inside, and then we're going to pop that in also in the freezer and let it set for, I would say, an hour. It should be finished. If not an hour, a few hours. And this is our mango cherry yogurt smoothie. Okay, so we're going to put this in the freezer and allow it to freeze, and I will show you all of them when they're frozen. So lastly, we're going to be making a raspberry yogurt pop as well as a raspberry and mango pop. Okay, now the raspberry yogurt pop is going to be a mixture of cream and fruity. Now I'm going to be using all natural raspberries from Dole. Okay, and it comes about 2 cups in the container. So we're going to pour our 2 cups of raspberries into our mixer. Put our top on there, and we're just going to puree this. And it's nice and thick, and because it's frozen, it's really thick. Now in the meantime, what we're going to do is make our creamy part. Now we're going to take 4 heaping tablespoons of yogurt. Okay. Now this is optional if you choose to sweeten your yogurt. Being that this is plain yogurt, there's no sweeteners in it, nothing. So instead, what you can do, if you don't want to put any sweeteners in it, you can get the plain yogurt, or you can get the yogurt that's already sweetened. And I'm going to sweeten mine a little bit with some agave. Okay, and this is the organics with fiber, and it's from the Better Body Foods. I did a video on their products. This is one of the products that they sent me. So I'm going to put about a tablespoon of the agave syrup inside of my yogurt, and basically you sweeten to taste. And this just helps it really give you that really nice, sweet, creamy taste. Okay, that's perfect. Next, we're going to get our popsicle mold, and we're going to start off putting our raspberries inside the mold. So we got our raspberries in there. Then we're going to take our yogurt, and we're going to do a nice little thin layer of yogurt. Then we're going to go right back in again and top it off with the raspberries. Okay, great. Now, as our last step, we're going to put our tops on there. You see that even though you can also swirl it around too. You could do that or just leave it the way it is. And we're going to pop this in the freezer. We put our mold tops on there. Okay. Alright, my battery is going. Alright, so we're going to pop this in the freezer and let it set for about an hour. Okay, and this is what it looks like. Okay. So I'm back. This is the next day, and we're going to take our popsicles out of the mold. And here are wonderful popsicles that we made yesterday. Mango yogurt. And here is our raspberry yogurt, mango, and cherry. And here is our watermelon, kiwi, coconut. Wonderful. All right, you guys. Have fun and enjoy this summer by cooling off with a nice fruit cream popsicle stick. And I will see you on the next video.